Yo, what's good, everybody? I just came on here today to give you a little update, give you a little sneak peek of what we're working on these days. So, as you have noticed, if you have watched long enough, in the past 3 or 4 videos, we've been talking about books and how they're now available online. I have them on hand. If you would DM me on Instagram or let me know in the comments or any of those types of things, I have them available. As I said in the last video, they are real. We have Confessions Poetry Collection Volume 1 and Confessions Poetry Collection Volume 2. They are both written by me, and they stem from personal experience, observation, and just mental interpretation, which everything's pretty much based off. Everything in life is based off of interpretation and how we see things. So I wrote them in order to give people a different view of different things and hopefully enlighten them or open their mind to another form or frame of thinking. Now, these two are not the only books I have written so far, but they're the only two available. But coming soon, in about a week and a half, we have The World. This book is completely about society as it is and comparing it to the natural world, as also known as the earth and all this stuff, nature, how we can help make it better, things that need to change, things that need to improve. I'm not going to say I'm exempt for any of that. I wrote it as I felt and as I noticed and as I observed. And also we have a book called Freedom. This is more of a spiritual book. So if you're looking for any kind of spiritual guidance, any kind of religious guidance, anything like that, pertaining to who you want to be in God, which the book is mainly focused around, which is God. You have testimonies in that book from people around my age, maybe 2 or 3 years older or younger, all put together as one, stressing the importance of freedom. So that is the next book coming up in August after The World comes out mid-July. And to give you a little sneak peek of what I work on in these books, I'm going to read a poem from Confessions Poetry Collection Volume 2. Now, this is one of my favorite ones because it really applied to me and how I was back in the day in my silence. Because I didn't talk too much. Nobody knew what I was doing. Nobody knew what I was working on. I was just like a ghost, really. So, this poem is titled Listen. And I wrote this literally while I was sitting somewhere doing nothing, just zoned out by myself. Like I usually am half the time, but this poem holds some real importance to me. I might mess up, but that's okay. Because as long as you're listening, it makes sense. Alright, so listen. Imagine you're in a dark room, all alone, just you. No sound, nothing to hold but your own hands. Would you stand or would you sit? Often darkness feels like a pit, especially when we close our eyes in peace. That is the underlying peace. This dark room is our minds, although they often run wild with the times, silence. To focus on nothing but the quiet is the hardest thing anyone can do. We start squirming and breathing heavy because we have to move. We are afraid of silence, and so we feel unnatural to it. Too bad it's a part of peace's toolkit. But like the predator and his prey, we must listen, even through the silence, because through it comes whispers from the one A-lister in our hearts, telling us bits and pieces of our life's art. If only we listened in silence, instead of ravaging our heads in violence. The next big appliance, racial and social alliance, silence. It's too loud outside for us to deny this opportunity, for often it seldom comes to people like you and me. The body in its hub in perfect harmony is the perfect symphony, together in perfect, imperfect sequencing, whispers. The one we often miss. It's not the loud on purpose, because listening is intentional. You can hear without processing, but you can listen and inherit prophecy. Either way, in painful silence, we can hear the brightest things that show us just how connected we can be to the man or woman living inside of us intimately. So be quiet and listen. See, now if you enjoyed that poem, if you want to hear any like that, let me know down below. I could take and read more excerpts in volume 1, this one, and the books will also be available on my IG, my Facebook, and eventually we will have a website called Dream Chaser Library. It is up and running, but we have no stock because we sold out. So be sure to check that out, and thank you for sticking around for the 6-ish minutes that we're on here, and I'm very grateful for you guys, and grateful to you guys. I want to say keep chasing your dreams. No one can stop you but you. So look up. Let's get going. Thank you.